Great. So hello again, everyone. Michael Farthing with MegaPath, Senior Sales Engineer. And I'm also joined by Paul Marra, who is our Director of Product Management for the Voice Solutions. And today we're going to talk about MegaPath Voice and our MegaPath One product overview and updates. So just a couple of housekeeping items. Everyone is on mute for now. Again, the session is being recorded. That'll be available for future at a later date. And then as we go through, as you have questions, please go ahead and put them into the chat window. You should have chat controls near the top of your window. So again, go ahead and put those questions there. And then towards the end, we'll go ahead and have a session where we answer those back. And please participate. We would love to have lots of questions, and we'll be happy to answer them because this is to educate all of you on MegaPath Voice Solutions. So again, thanks very much for joining us today. So with MegaPath Voice, we're very excited because year after year, we continue to win and earn lots of awards from all sorts of organizations. Lately, really focusing on hosted voice and unified communications. So again, over and over, you see that, where everyone from different magazines to industry organizations has said that yes, MegaPath is providing a leading voice solution that you can feel good about and comfortable using, and know that is going to be a very complete solution, and you'll be on really the cutting edge or the leading edge of voice solutions. We have some main items that differentiate MegaPath Voice from others in the industry. First off, we've been doing this for many, many years. We were one of the earliest BroadSoft platform adopters. And this BroadSoft platform really is the leading and best in the industry, and the most popular soft switch technology available. Provides us really an almost unheard of reliability, 5 nines for uptime. So it's very proven, very stable, a very consistent technology that provides a great voice experience for all of you, whether you choose hosted voice from us or our SIP trunks or PRI or analog line emulation. You see, we have quite a few capabilities that are included. It's all about giving you great outcomes for your business goals. We've got another page that lists more of those out. Also know that when you sign up with MegaPath Solutions, you're assigned a dedicated account manager for the life of your relationship with MegaPath. We want somebody that you can always turn to and bounce questions off of, or have changes made, or maybe your business is growing and you need something added to your account. So you can always work with that dedicated account manager. Also know that specifically around voice, we've got several options for you. So certainly one of the very popular ones is to get the phones in short order. They come in just about a week, and you self-install them. They just go right over the top of whatever circuit you've got and sit behind your router and firewall. Very easy to set up. But if you'd like a more managed solution from MegaPath, we can do that as well, and that can include our circuits, our SD-WAN, our routers, all built in for you. So we've got options, which is great. Also know that we encourage and have available free customized training. A great website that you can go to, which is megapath.com/VLC, like Voice Learning Center. So that's megapath.com/VLC. It's available for you now. And one of the things you can do there is sign up for complimentary live training where you're working with one of our corporate trainers, and they're going to walk you through some basic things such as how to use your phone or get your voicemail, change your password, or more advanced things like call center administration or administrator training through My MegaPath. Everything about MegaPath Voice is either user configurable in their user portal or admin configurable through the My MegaPath admin portal. And that leads me next to the self-service items. In there, not only can you manage everything about voice, but you can also manage viewing and paying your bill, adding additional services for hosted voice, porting your numbers over, viewing and those orders, even chatting with support and creating tickets or reading about tickets, whether you've changed something or needed to have something fixed. And know that with MegaPath, we're not a one-trick pony. Rather, we've got a holistic, comprehensive solution available for you. Everything from the foundation, which would be your connectivity, up through security and voice and other cloud services like servers and hosted exchange. So really one bill, one point of contact for everything, and you can have some great award-winning collaboration tools. So this is the page that I was talking about where we've got the 50 different features for hosted voice. We won't walk through each of them right now, but if you do have questions about one of them, feel free to put it into the chat window and we'll come back to that. But know that you've got, with MegaPath Hosted Voice, solutions that allow you to stay as connected or not as you need to be. And it's all configurable and controllable by each employee in their mobile-friendly voice manager, or some things even in Unified Communications, which you'll see momentarily. Now, on this voice manager, which is our user voice portal, know some things about it that are very cool. So it's mobile friendly. This is basically a website that you can go to on whatever device, as long as you've got internet access and a modern web browser. And it opens up and fits perfectly within whatever screen you're on, whether that's your smartphone or your tablet or even your laptop or desktop computer. And you can do some things there, such as staying in contact, so people don't have to hunt you down. Like, one number can find you wherever you are, whether you want multiple devices to ring simultaneously or sequentially. You've got it under control. And as part of either our standard audio conferencing, you can be a host through the voice manager, or with our more collaborative tool, MegaPath One, which we'll show you shortly, you've got great collaboration capabilities where you can host without any sort of appointment or anything or operator needed, host these great conferences for both audio and visual and even video, which is nice. So again, all very mobile friendly, which is awesome. So it's another item of what it looks like. So basically the top section of the page, you control how calls reach you as a user. The bottom section is doing some things like one-stop shop for voicemail. I love it, because in that voicemail section, you can see and choose any of the voice messages. You don't have to go through them in order or anything like you would if you were calling in, but it allows you to see who called and when, read the transcript, call the person right back, delete the message right from there, or download it or listen to it right on the portal. It's amazing. I love having that one-stop shop for visual voicemail. This does also allow you to make phone calls. So as long as you're somewhere near a real phone number, you can make phone calls through here. And again, that top section allows you to control really calls before they happen. And that's one of the differentiators, I think, between Voice Manager and Unified Communications, is that in the Voice Manager, it's really about controlling things before they happen, right? What do you want calls to do? How should they route to you before anybody has even made that call? Versus Unified Communications is more about active communications. You'll hear more about that from Paul momentarily. So on this Account Manager for Life, really we're trying to have an amazing customer experience for you. So it starts out with a voice project manager. So as the order is brought into MegaPath, one of these project managers is assigned, and this person becomes your primary point of contact during the entire install process, and even for the first 90 days after that. And they do everything from handling scheduling due dates to ensuring that shipping addresses are correct, and they interact with all the other team members that are part of the experience in getting your solution set up. But you don't have to know about all of them. You just have your voice project manager that you work with. And then once the services are installed, then the project manager introduces you to your account manager. And this is the person you would go to on an ongoing basis to make changes, or you can discuss your bill with them, or they're certainly your advocate throughout the support process as well. So if you're working with support and something needs to be escalated, the account manager can be somebody who is an advocate for you. Now, we also want to make sure that everyone is aware of some fantastic integration that we've got. So the MegaPath connectors came online earlier this year, and this allows you to use the Chrome browser, and it provides a Chrome plugin. You see it in the bottom of the screen there. And this pop-up interacts with, for example, CRMs that you might use, such as Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics or Zendesk, as some examples. And it allows you to not only capture the call information, but also leave notes or even create leads or opportunities right from this little plugin. You don't even have to go into, say, Salesforce to leave your notes or work with an opportunity. You can do it all right from here. It automatically captures the call logging information for you, and it even turns it into kind of a game experience. It allows your employees to see who's doing the most calls or most talk time or something, and so they can kind of play off each other and have a more exciting game type of environment if you want. And you get great information on the back end too as an administrator. So know that CRM integration, help desk type integration, MegaPath has that. We can help you stay connected. Now, for calling plans, we try to really make it simple. We have just a few seat types and then a couple of ways of handling long distance. So basically, the standard seat is what we call the employee seat type, and you can choose to handle or have just local calling and pay for long distance kind of an a la carte as you go. Or the more popular choice is really the unlimited all-you-can-dial buffet with our business voice with continental US and Canada calling. And then you can step it up and ensure that everybody has a great collaboration experience by adding on our unified communications. We call that MegaPath One, or unified communications and call recording, and then you'll have your premium enterprise seat. That even includes global calling to the continental US and Canada and 20 other countries as well. And know that you can have one seat or thousands of seats with us. There's no minimums or maximums. Every size organization is a perfect fit for MegaPath. And we also, subject to terms and conditions, do have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee on all of our voice solutions. And if you have questions on any of the calling plans or any of the features, please don't hesitate to put them over in that chat window, and we'll get back to those at the end of the session today. And now I'd like to turn it over to Paul Marra, who will walk you through the rest of the solution on MegaPath One, Unified Communications.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me.
Sounds good.
So thank you, everybody, for joining today. I got several slides here, so I know we've got a bit of a mixed audience, some existing customers and some partners. And depending upon if you happen to be a MegaPath customer right now, some of this deck is going to go over our new R22 release of our unified communications platform. But I did want to start off just giving an overview for anyone who isn't a customer or is a partner selling to potential customers. Just give a level set on our UC solution. So, and I've got some screenshots in here that will show you the solution itself and some of the enhancements. So our UC platform, which we've actually been in the UC business for over 4 years now. We came out with a new version of it about a year ago that we're continuing to enhance. True single pane of glass, all-encompassing UC solution. So this slide goes over some of the features, and again, to Michael's point, if anybody's got any questions on any of this, we can answer those at the end. So the client itself, it supports presence. It supports actually rich presence, where you can actually see if somebody's in a meeting, if they're on a cell phone. It's not just available and busy. It supports instant messaging within a group environment or point-to-point instant messaging, and that would be within your organization itself. And then one of the announcements that we did today is as literally as of today, we're also supporting unlimited SMS. So it's unlimited texting all through the same application, and that's to anybody that has an SMS-capable device. Michael touched a little bit on conferencing and collaboration, which we do have a standard conferencing package outside of UC. This actually brings it to another level because everybody does have their dedicated conferencing space that we call My Room. A lot of times customers are, and by the way, it's unlimited usage and it supports 145 participants to join this conferencing. So a lot of times if you have a customer that's doing a ton of conferencing, just the savings in conferencing alone can help pay for this solution. Web collaboration, and we do have an enhancement on that today that I'll be announcing in a later slide. That's how you can share your applications or your screens with anybody who has joined that collaboration session. We do support video. We support up to 15 individuals to join via video. And again, 145 if it's strictly audio. Obviously, it supports voice calling, right? So you do have your soft phone. So on your desktop, it's a soft phone. There's an application for mobile and desktop. And I did want to point out also, and I threw a slide in here, that there's another version of this that we sell that actually integrates within Skype for Business. So we know that's also a popular UC product that's out there. And for those that have already gone that kind of route, we have a good solution that ties into it as well. Do you want to go to the next one, Michael? Okay. This slide's really just showing how literally that it's available on both a desktop. It does tie into your office phone as well, so there is a button on there that if you want to, if you don't want to use a headset and you still want to be tied to the desk phone, it all interacts together. And it's also available on mobile clients and on tablets as well, so across the board. But let's go into the next one, Michael. We'll probably give a little bit better. Okay. So this is kind of the user experience itself. There is a new design with this. Our new one that has come out, it's really a completely different design, much more user-friendly. It's a single pane of glass, like I said, where you can, with literally one click, start an instant conferencing session, escalate from a voice call to a video call to an IM session, and then to a full collaboration. It does tie within Outlook as well. And I do have another screenshot on here that will show you a little better view. This one's probably a little bit tough to see of kind of the way the tabular design works. So if you want to go to the next one. And this slide is actually showing the Outlook integration itself. So there is an Outlook plugin. One of the enhancements that did come out today is with the Outlook plugin, we are now supporting 2016 Outlook. Before we were not able to support that. For anybody that is an existing customer, there was instructions on how to uninstall and install in the correspondence that we had sent out to the existing customer base. And it's real powerful within Outlook, right? So you do have within the Outlook toolbar there, you can see the presence of each one of the individuals. You can do a simple one-click to call, one-click to meet. And it all ties directly within the UC client itself. So if you're doing a call, when you hit the click, it'll pop up the user interface that will allow you to start chatting or conversing with that individual. Next one. Okay, so this is our R22. So a couple of things that I'm gonna touch on this. One of the I'll call it issues or some of the feedback that we got from individuals on the existing client up till today was that you were working within many windows. So if you had chat sessions going with 5 or 10 individuals, you literally would have 5 or 10 separate chat sessions that were going on. It would pop up 5 or 10 different windows. This new release as of today is a completely new design. It is tabular, meaning at the top. So if you look at the top of that screen, you will see that you just have some tabs across the top. So you literally are working within that single pane of glass where you can go and you can see all of your conversations. It'll support up to 20 conversations. And then you'll get a little notice that you need to shut one of the windows. The way it works, it goes across the top. So you just see tabs across the top, and then once you've filled up the real estate on the top, you will see there's a little mouse over that you do, and then you'll see the names of the individuals on the left-hand side. We also have a full screen display that we're supporting today, and I have a slide that shows that. And like I said before, we're supporting Outlook 2016 and full support of SMS. So we're very happy on that. Our old platform did support SMS. Tons of feedback came in that people are used to. They're used to texting nowadays. So we put in a good way of supporting that as well. The one thing I would say on the tab design. If you want to, you can also release the tab. So if you want to have a private conversation on a separate screen, you can drag and drop that window, and it will separate it from the client itself, and then you can actually throw it back into the session. So there is still the functionality to have a separate conversation when you want to. But you would manage everything through here on a normal day-to-day. Next one. Okay, So probably, number two behind SMS for us. Well, there was a couple. So this was a big one though that people were, giving us some feedback on. Previously in the client, when somebody was doing a screen share, it would all be embedded within the client. So you had a small amount of real estate, and you would still see all of the chats on one side. As of today, we now have, or anybody has, the ability to literally do a full screen display. So it's got the typical little button on the top right-hand corner. When you click on that, you'll literally just see the full screen. And then when you hover over the bottom, you can toggle back and forth between chat conversations or viewing the full screen. So you don't have a lot of clutter on it on the screen when you're literally just sitting there viewing somebody's presentation. So this is a real big advancement that we have coming out as of today. And next one. Okay, so SMS. Here's the way that the SMS works. What we do is we utilize the IM functionality, the instant messaging functionality within the client, and distinguish it between an IM session and an SMS session. So it is all within the client. So it is, we don't have a separate client that's running for this. And what you do is you create a secondary contact for any individual that you want to SMS with. So you would have a internal contact where you're doing instant messaging, and then what I simply do is I create Paul Mobile, and now I have a mobile version of that contact as well, and so I then treat the SMS conversation just like I would an IM session. So you use the exact same window, and when you click on that mobile or SMS contact, the system in the back end knows this is going out as a text message. It's not going out to an internal person for IM. And again, this can be any person who has an SMS-capable device. What you do when you're setting up any of these, and this is how it knows the difference between the two, in the IM field for that mobile contact, you put at text. So you put the phone number at text. Then it knows send this out as an SMS. Don't look for an individual to have an internal IM session. And if you want to go to the next one, Michael, I'll show kind of how it looks, because there's a question that pops up a lot when I'm going over this. So you'll see here, once I've created a contact, and the top of here says Paul Marra Mobile, it looks just like an IM session. Right? So I'm sitting there going back and forth with that individual, and it just pops up a tab. One question that I get is, well, what if I haven't set up a contact? What happens to it? And it works just like an iPhone or any other device that's doing SMS. When you don't have a contact created, the message will still pop in, and it'll say, from this phone number at text. Here's the message. And then what you do is, well, you first of all find out who the person is, and then if you just go over, there's a button on the right-hand side, and if you click on that button, you could just put a display name in there. It automatically puts in the phone number at text in the IM field, and you hit save. Now, next time that you get a message, the phone number won't be displayed. It'll be the display name or the person that's sending you. So, again, works just like an iPhone. When you get an inbound message from somebody that you don't know, you create that contact on the fly, and it's literally one click to create that contact. So it's not like you have to go through a bunch of steps or fill out a ton of fields. And go to the next one. So here's another one that we are announcing today, and this is up in the Chrome store. In the past, we have done basic screen share and support of WebRTC through a Chrome browser for guests. So if you're a MegaPath One customer and you want to invite people outside of your organizations, you would send them a web link, and if they came into Chrome, they would be able to literally call or do a video call or chat or anything through the browser. But one thing it didn't do is it didn't allow guests the ability to share their screen. Now we have a simple Chrome plugin And anybody that's kind of worked with Chrome before, it's a plugin. It's not a big clunky application that you have to download and set up or do anything. It takes literally 1 second. You just click Add to Chrome. And if any guests install that plugin, they can now share their screen. So now it's bidirectional to anybody, not just internal folks. It was always bidirectional for your internal organization. This now allows guests to be able to do that. The one thing I also would note is if they happen to not use Chrome, they can still come in and do simple screen share and join your bridge and all that. They just can't do some of those WebRTC functions. And they certainly can't use a Chrome plugin, on Safari, et cetera. So other browsers will work. Firefox is really the only one that's not supported right now. For simple screen share and joining, a collaboration session, it doesn't have to be Chrome, but this is certainly the best user experience. Next one. Okay. So that was kind of the highlights of the upgrade. So again, anybody who's an existing customer, you should have gotten an alert to upgrade your client now, and all of this functionality should exist for you. So if there's any questions, please let me know. I did throw in one last slide on I touched on Skype integration, but I do think it's important for people to understand that we do have a very good solution that also works with Skype. Obviously, we would prefer that people are using our MegaPath One client for their UC experience, but Skype's out there, and there's no sense avoiding it. In this scenario, we do what we do best, which is be a telephony provider. For those that have already made the choice for Skype, there is a solution, and technically, it works very, very well for those that have already made that decision. I think that's it, Michael. I don't know if there's another slide. This is just showing the actual user experience. So it is showing that when a customer is doing Skype integration, you're actually using the Skype client, and then we run in the back end, and the call itself gets placed through us, and then any in-call things that you want to do, you can control through a little pop-up that shows up on our side.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, now is a great time to put those right into chat. Somebody was asking about, can we get the download? Probably the easiest place to find the download for MegaPath One, if you need it, is to go to megapath.com/VLC for the Voice Learning Center. And there's a link to software on the left-hand side. Also, for your mobile devices, go to the App Store or Google Play, and you can download them right there as well. Any other questions about MegaPath Voice? It can be certainly hosted like we've talked today, or unified communications. But also remember, we do have SIP trunks, PRI trunks, and analog line emulation as well. We appreciate your time today, and we thank you very much for joining. Don't see any other questions coming right through, so we'll give it about 1 more minute. But otherwise, thank you again for coming today, and feel free to reach out to your account manager if you have one already with us, or your sales professional, and we look forward to working with you in the future. I'll go ahead and stop the recording now. So thank you, everyone.